right, we are recording. Hi.
Hi. Welcome to Lone and Dreary World podcast. I got to
Yeah,
say it this time. That's exciting.
episode 2,
Episode 2.
The Phantom Menace.
Yeah. I can't wait till we get to episode 6 and 7.
Oh, yeah, yeah. New Hope. I always forget the names of them. What are 6 and 7?
No, I'm talking about 6, 7. The whole teenage.
Why you did that last podcast?
Yeah. Hang on. One of the kids' phone's going off.
This is really unprofessional podcast behavior.
Hey, it's not my fault. My stepson put his phone in here and he's got an alarm that goes off every like 2 minutes, I think. Anyway, I'm back. Did you
Hi,
miss?
back. I'm in
So,
front.
yeah. All right, where were we? Lost, obviously.
What's episode 6 and 7 called?
Oh, I don't let's see. So 7 would or 6 would be the last one of the first trilogy, which would be Return of the Jedi, right? And then so 7 would probably be it'd be the next one after that.
I agree.
I'm terrible and don't know which one that is. Maybe that'll have to be some homework for us or our audience or
Yeah.
audience of
Comment
two.
below. Remember? Please like and subscribe and comment below.
Yeah, definitely.
That's how we're going to get to 100 million subscribers.
Yeah, that's the plan anyway.
Do you know who has like some of the biggest like following on like social media, especially Snapchat, not Snapchat, Instagram?
I don't know.
Like I can mention a couple people like you would think whether it's LeBron James or Kim Kardashian, that they might have a ton. This person's got double, if not more, than all of them combined. Lionel Messi,
Yeah,
huge, right?
right. I mean, it makes sense because everywhere else in the world they love soccer, and
Yeah, I think I said his name right because obviously I'm not a soccer person. It's because I'd
football.
see it and say Lionel, but it's Lionel.
Yeah, I mean that's the way you'd say it in Spanish. But
Okay, yeah,
yeah.
you're Mr. Spanish.
CC.
CC, do you still get to use it, speak it? What?
Yeah, I use it occasionally at work. We have a guy who sells our product down in South America,
Yeah,
and sometimes he'll call in and we'll chat, and it goes English, Spanish, a little bit of both, and
nice.
we're able to communicate fully. And so, yeah. And actually, there's a couple of Hispanic ladies at our facility, so
Hmm.
I can talk to them. And there's a Mexican at the facility, and I talk to him all the time, and it's fun to kind of mess with them. And I love going into like a Mexican restaurant and
Oh,
just
sure.
start, speaking fluent Spanish to these people. And this white guy, they're like, "What in the
Yeah,
world is going
you're
on?"
very white bread.
Yeah, well, better than being inbred, right?
That's true.
That's the next state over in Alabama.
Yeah, that's right. Um, yeah, that's really interesting. I get to do the same thing, but in Tagalog.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, like last episode, we were supposed to kind of interview each other, which, helps the audience. I don't think we talked about our missions.
Yeah, we did not.
Talked about where we grew up, stuff
I
like
mean, there's a
that.
lot to unpack with
Oh,
us.
there's so much.
I mean, that's one of those reasons why, it took me so long to get married. I had to pack all my baggage and,
Yeah.
I had a lot.
Tons of baggage. Tons of baggage. Yeah. Um, for me, it took me a while to get married again because I had to unpack all that baggage and fold it up, wash it. Well, wash it, dry it, fold it up, put it away neat. It's
Yeah,
dirty,
I just
dirty,
slapped.
dirty laundry, dirty, nasty stuff. Did
I
you ever
get it.
have rumors about you, like in the
Um,
singles?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There was the one incident, the Texas incident.
The
I'm sure.
Texas incident?
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
yeah, and how that ended, and it was
I mean, you kind of had some controversy too with somebody not that person, but a person before, a little controversial. Like it was kind of your first step. I don't know if I should say their name.
you're
She
talking like
really likes cereal.
she really likes cereal.
Think about it.
Oh, got it.
Okay.
I think, but yeah,
Yeah, you do get it.
I think so. Yeah,
Okay, they've, because I'm not mentioning names, but those who know.
yeah.
Um, they're still engaged.
Oh, that one, cereal. Okay.
Cereal. Think about it. How does that not make sense?
Oh, gotcha, gotcha. But that's crazy that they're still engaged.
It is like I think about them every once in a while, not all the time. Don't get crazy out there, people. Like every once in a while, because you scroll through Facebook and you see some posts and you're like, wait a second. They're not married yet and they're still together?
Yeah,
Okay, to back up, to explain to those who don't know, a few things like we're talking about, more something more LDS, right? And LDS related because outside of our church and like in the world, to have two people live together, be engaged for years and years and years is not unusual.
right.
Not terribly unusual, but for us it's unusual
Yeah.
because of one three-letter word.
um, oil. Got to check the oil.
Well, that's one euphemism I think for that.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Um, so yeah, this is a PG podcast, right?
yeah. As
No,
Tony's
but
got
seriously, we
right
so
there.
we don't believe in premarital sex. So someone who is who dates and is engaged for a very long time in our religion, they go without, or supposed to,
Theoretically.
theoretically.
Again, no judgment.
No, it really isn't. Like even like my comments to those that couple, and again, we're trying to be respectful, but those who know who we're probably talking about. Um, good for them. And I don't make any assumptions. I actually
Right,
assume the best in that
right.
situation, right?
Yeah,
And then as I'm assuming the best, I just go, oh man, how do you do that? That stinks. No
yeah.
bueno. See, I know some Spanish. No bueno.
No bueno. No.
No bueno. Really though, I mean, does your mind kind of go down that same path?
Yeah, like I wonder because I've been married 2 years now. On next Tuesday or something like that, Monday.
Yeah.
So I gotta plan something.
And
Don't.
if you really do the math, their relationship is longer than your marriage.
I know, and I'm like, I'm enjoying checking the oil quite frequently.
You're too
You're welcome.
much.
I know I'm too much. That's what my wife tells me all the time.
All the time, you're too much.
Yeah,
No, that's it is like, and that's all I have to say is good for them.
yeah.
And I
It was
hope
a
they're happy.
minor
And
controversy, but it wasn't like I don't know. It hurt at the moment, but
do you want
oh
to talk
well.
about it, or do you want to keep it a little? low key?
I'd kind of like to keep it low key. I mean, I'll give you kind of my story. I was talking to this person,
Dish.
this girl, and things were going well, and we were gonna, we met up at a conference, and I thought things were going really well, and I'm like, all right, I could see myself, see a future here. And I think it was her second relationship post her divorce, and
Yeah.
one of the first ones with my divorce. And all of a sudden she disappeared off of my, didn't talk
Ghosted.
anymore, and I'm like, what the heck? And so finally she's like, hey, I'm gonna try a relationship with this guy. And I'm like, okay, what do I say to that? And yeah, it
You know
was.
what they say, all's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucked, like I felt bad because I was pretty sure that was kind of your introduction into singledom,
Yeah.
you know, second time around. And I don't, for me personally, like my experience was okay. So, I was obviously a single adult in my stake, and it wasn't, big. There wasn't a lot of us. Um,
Because you were
and
out alone in dreary world.
right of being single and looking for my Eve.
Yeah.
Um, well, I would have already had her if I was whatever. There was a little bit of drama and some gossip, but there wasn't a whole lot of like backstabbing or people dating two people at the same time or whatever. It just there wasn't a ton of it.
Yeah.
And then even going on my mission and then post mission, um, there was always, elders that got Dear John, that whole thing, and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But even at Rick's college, uh, there wasn't, I don't remember tons of rumors or tons of drama or anything like that. But once I got into, well, it's not single adults, it's just singles, um, crazy drama,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I think a part of it is that everyone wants to know everyone's business, and they're like, oh yeah, I want to find out. Did you hear what happened with this person? You know. Yeah, I felt that too.
But even in a single weekend, you'd have three or four different people hooking up with three or four different people,
You got to get your Nickmo.
There was a lot of that. It just, it was different, really different.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
So you said you speak Tagalog, which I would assume means you were in the Philippines.
Yes, not many people know that language. It can be referred to as just Filipino, but it is Tagalog. And there's like 70, 80 plus dialects in the Philippines.
All right.
It's wild. So that is the national language, which is only spoken in certain areas. Well, it it is nationwide, but generally speaking, um, a kid will grow up speaking whatever dialect their native, their family
Right.
language is, or their area, and then they go to school and learn Tagalog and Spanish and English a lot of the times.
Right.
Very multilingual place.
Oh, good.
Um, yeah, it's interesting, right?
Yeah.
So when you learned Spanish in the MTC and you got to the mission field, how different was it from what you learned?
Well, I was a little different because I had 4 years in high school, and
Oh, okay.
I had really, really good teachers. Like
Oh,
they
that's
spoke
unusual.
they spoke fluently,
Okay.
and with a good accent. So I was in the advanced class. I'm also pretty smart, if you know what I mean.
Smart,
Very intelligent.
smart A.
Well, yeah, true that, but um, I pick I pick up languages.
I mispronounced that. I meant smart tea. Sorry,
Yeah.
folks. Sorry.
Anyway, I pick up languages pretty easily. So for me, jumping into the mission field, it wasn't terrible. I feel like I learned it. I learned in high school. I learned conversational Spanish. In the MTC, I learned gospel Spanish, and so it was just melding the two when I was out there. And I had some companions who were really good, and I had some companions who were less good.
That's
There
that's
was one elder,
that's very diplomatic of you.
he had the worst accent that you could ever imagine, and I was like, dude, you don't even sound like a native. Like, not that I would expect anyone to, but
No, but there's levels.
he sounded like an American speaking Spanish.
And for me, when I speak Tagalog now, I hate the way I sound because I do sound so American. It's I hate it. So I don't do it a lot. And I'm not that good at it anymore. I don't
Yeah,
have that, I don't have practice. You fall out of practice and it's just, yeah, it stinks. So
yeah,
well, so that's a couple other boxes we're checking of finding out about each other, and well, we didn't really specifically say you went to Venezuela.
right. I went to Venezuela,
Yeah, which w- how, how do you process everything that's happening in the news today about Venezuela?
and over the past 25 years, I
Well,
I was
what's
there
going
when
on
Chavez
there
was
isn't
elected.
new, but the focus on them and the fact that they're almost in the news every night.
I know. I was there when Chavez was elected, and his whole party, his election campaign was the movement for the Fifth Republic. And basically he was saying, I'm going to rewrite the Constitution and give you people the power. And so
The
all the
movement
poor,
for the Fifth Republic. That sounds like a Star Wars episode.
pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
And I was kind of like, I don't know about this guy. And I mean, the other guy was an old white rich guy. So I mean, it's like, do you want this guy or do you want the same old? And not like they had much of a choice, but that's what they got. And he rewrote the Constitution and put empower his regime, and they took over everything, and it was not good, obviously.
Yeah. What's crazy to me is, and I have looked into it, I've studied it a little bit. Um, First of all, anything that I say I study doesn't mean it's in my brain. I don't have that. That stuff doesn't stay. Um, but I do find it very interesting that I mean they're socialism, right? I don't know how long it's been that way. Um,
It's gotten bad. It got bad probably 10, 15 years ago. 10 to 12 years ago is
I
when
mean,
I
they should be
first.
one of the wealthiest countries on earth with the oil reserves they have. That's the disconnect for me.
And they were, up until like 2000, or well, it was probably 2004 when the government took over the petroleum industry, and took over the company that was
Infrastructure.
doing the oil,
Yeah.
and socialized it and nationalized it. And we all know how wonderful governments are and wonderfully efficient.
So what's tough is they do have if this always shocks me because when you think of oil, you'll think of the Middle East, you think of Saudi
Right.
Arabia, right? And they do have a lot of oil reserves there, or they just have a lot of crude in the ground. Venezuela's got them smoked by a lot.
Yeah, they've got this big old lake, called Lake Maracaibo, and underneath that lake, there's huge, massive oil reserves.
Yeah, massive. massive. I don't have the numbers, but it's by far. It's not even a close race.
Yeah.
Um, but it's heavy crude. And I'm not 100% sure in Saudi Arabia, but um, what we like to produce in the US is light crude. It's easier to produce, it costs less. Um, and so even though they're sitting on a ton of it, the whole industry has changed. Even if they could get their butts in gear, they've missed the train, right?
Yeah.
Eventually you might go back to it, but not a lot of refineries like to process heavy crude. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's the whole story seems really sad to me. Really.
Yeah, it got really bad, I think, like 2008, and I've got friends still there. One of the ladies I baptized initially, her and her husband live there and their kids, and, they don't always talk about how bad it is, but yeah, I have a true, like you probably do, I have a true deep love for the people that I met there, and the people in general, and I love it whenever I talk to someone who's Venezuelan. I'm like, "Oh, I love you. Hey, I love the people, love the culture.
Right.
Still make food that you guys would have made there." And I call them paisano, which means countrymen. Uh, and
Paisano. I'm
yeah,
sorry, that's not, come on, dude, that's Italian. What are you talking? Paisano, paisano.
well, I say it paisano.
Whatever.
It's said a little differently, but it basically means the same thing. But it's
Are
kind
you
of like
trying to say
"Hey,
that
brother, how's it
somehow
going?"
this is attached to like Latin, like Spanish, Latin? Come on.
Maybe, maybe.
One of those romance languages. Spanish is a very sexy language.
It is, yeah.
It really is. Or can be.
Yeah.
It just depends.
I don't know, the guy from, the Cuban guy that I used to work with that would speak it, I didn't find that sexy at all.
Was he trying to talk
No,
sweet things in your ear?
no, he just was talking, he was speaking so fast, you couldn't, like, it was hard to understand him.
Yeah, that's a big thing, and same with Filipino speakers. They rattle it off really quick. The whole language, they not that the language is designed to speak quickly, but they have designed it to be quick. And now, I don't know if this is true for you, but they even text quick, if you will. Like they take
Yeah.
all the vowels out, right? And
Yeah,
they sent me, I have someone just sent me a message and I don't know what it says.
yeah.
And when they take all the vowels out, even they can't be translated. They're
There
like,
was
even Google's like, I don't know.
someone was saying that, like, their laugh out loud LOL, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
it was something weird, like, it didn't make any sense to me.
Well, that's one I like is the J-A-J-A-J-A.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. Anyway, what is a memorable experience from your mission? Like, if you had to
Pick one?
pick
That's
one, I
tough.
know it's tough. I've got one because mine's easy, and I
Well,
can
so
go
I do
first
have
if you
one.
want.
What's
Okay.
that?
I said I can go first if you need me to.
Oh no, I can go first. I mean, I could I have very, very deep, meaningful ones, but I have funny ones and one of my more entertaining funny ones is um so you know what's crazy thinking about these things? I'm gonna sound so old when I say things like, we didn't have maps, we didn't have GPS, we didn't, there wasn't even addresses for people. How
You're
you
older
found
than
people?
Google.
What's that?
You're older than Google, so
I'm older. I am. I am older than Google. So people would be kind of broken up to like, so it would be the city and then it'd kind of be the neighborhood. and then sometimes there'd be a subsection of even that neighborhood or an area. And so that's how you knew where people were. And it was just nuts to think about it now, how we, would try to find people. And we were going to go visit. We knew where the person was, but we had found out about a shortcut. And basically, we, stopped the bus way ahead of where this it turns into this what was called a barangay, and it was just what it's going to be a lot. It was going to save us time and money, and it involved taking this dirt road over this like little mini mountain, right?
Yeah.
And it went down into the city. So we're going along and we're getting to the peak of this little, and I say mini mountain because it's a hill, but it was kind of steep and it was kind of crazy. And there's this huge like mudslide across the road. And we're like, oh, what do we do now? And we're kind of invested and we need to be there. And you know that pressure, like sometimes they get there on time and you have a schedule to keep, and we're like, we'll be fine. And we kind of stepped on it, and it was hard, but it was, so we're just walking, and then we get to the middle of it. The crust just broke through to just pure, thick, deep mud, right?
Oh no.
And we were trying to like, so since where we were at, we're almost through it. Like you kind of look back and you look down and you're done. You're toast. Like, what do you do? We just keep going forward. So we keep going forward, and it keeps getting deeper and deeper to like our thighs, and we are getting so stuck in this mud.
No.
And I remember very distinctly thinking, we're going to end up on the church cover of the church news when they find our bodies,
Yeah.
because we're going to be so no one's coming this way. It's some hidden secret trail that was even hard to find. And yeah, no one, think about it back then. No one's checking on it. No one called us. There was no phones in our apartments or, where the places were, nothing. No one would have found us,
Yeah.
right? And that's just, it's just funny. And we had to lay out, like you had to spread out your butt. That's how we eventually, and we're pulling ourselves out. Took all the power we could. And we are just almost head to toe covered in mud, like this reddish, clayish mud. And we're walking into the little neighborhood, and we look like muck monsters, like literally. And we've got leaves on us, stuck to us, and branches, and just it wasn't like uh, basically shoulders down more than anything, right?
Oh my.
And people are just staring at us, and what do? We just hi, we just and we knew a member there along the way, and we got to their place, and she was such a good spirit. She's dying laughing, like, what did you guys do? And we hosed ourselves off the best we could and went and tried to make our appointment, you
Oh
know?
my gosh.
Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
That was great. That was a good one. What about you?
Well, mine also involves landslides or mudslides.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So in 99 2000, like right at the new year, I'm I'm serving in an area that's right by the beach. And Venezuela is a very wet, rainforesty
Very
country.
close to the equator.
Yeah. And so the rain, it starts raining and I'm like, "Oh my gosh." And it like kept raining. And everyone in Venezuela builds up on the mountainsides. And so one morning I wake up and I smell like pepper in the air.
Like,
Have you ever been in a rainstorm where it smells kind of like pepper-y maybe?
no.
No? Oh, okay.
To me, after rain, it smells like dirt.
Right, dirty dirt it was kind of a dirt pepper mixture a little bit.
Okay.
But anyway, so yeah, we start going out and like our house is a block away from the beach. Like we could have walked down to the beach every day if we wanted to and jump, it wouldn't have been a stretch to do that. And so I walk out and look to the right, and there's a mudslide down the road to the right. Look to the left, there's a mudslide down the road to the left. Like it kind of did a Y and missed us. In that landslide, there were like 20,000 Venezuelans missing.
Oh my gosh.
So I was on the cover of the church news. It didn't say my name, but they said landslides, and there were four missionaries. I was one of the four missionaries.
Wow. Yeah, that was
And
saved, like the Red Sea.
I know it was so weird, but it
That's
was,
not weird. That's what it
yeah,
is.
I
Right.
know. But
That's a real miracle.
yeah, and the church was there too. Like they were just building a church for the branch there, and it kind of missed the church or chapel as well. And it was just like it was crazy. We didn't know what to do. We were there for like 3 days. There were people looting the grocery store.
Of course,
There
yeah.
was and I went in after everyone had like already broken in, but there was nothing like it wasn't like we were going to get TVs. We were going to get food because the people who survived needed food. There was a juice place, juice and bread shop that we would stop in, and I walked to it, and it was completely submerged. Like it was a story full of mud. Like it was at
Yeah.
least one story. I heard stories of kids waking up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom and said they would tell their mom, "Hey mom, I need to go to the bathroom." "Well, go. It's not there anymore." And just like
Wow.
insane. It was the most insane thing that I've ever seen.
Yeah. I can't um, when you were telling that story, I mean we had natural disasters and things, in the Philippines. It's right now, I mean, not long ago they had a massive storm and earthquakes and stuff. But yeah, nothing like that. I mean, that I've gone through tsunamis and floods
Hmm.
and all that stuff, and like you go to sleep and the next thing you wake up and the whole town is just 2 feet of water, 3 feet of water,
Yeah.
just crazy stuff. And it's pretty wild to go through those things because like me being from Michigan, you being from Indiana, we're not used to natural disasters. What
A blizzard.
blizzards, big time thunderstorms, you will have some flooding. We do deal with tornadoes, but not like Tornado Alley. We're technically in Tornado Alley, but we're at the end of it, right?
We had tornadoes in Indiana. There was one that kind of skipped over where our house is and then hit Lafayette, um, which was like 30 minutes away, and we thought that
Yeah.
was pretty close, and it was.
Yeah, that's close. I mean, I've gone through, so we do have tornadoes, but more often than not, they're called straight line winds. Do you know that
Yeah,
term? Yeah. It was you didn't hear that a whole lot growing up, straight line winds, but it's been more popular. But the straight line winds can do 60, 80 plus,
yeah,
100. And they're not the vortex, like the traditional tornado. They're just coming at you straight on. And yeah, it's part of that lake effect stuff, right?
yeah.
And it's weird weather. But again, nothing compared to like what you went through, nothing compared to what I saw, which I think what your story is wild. That's pretty
I
wild.
Yeah, we stayed in our apartment for like 3 days, and then like by that end of that time, we did have cell phones in our mission. Like we didn't personally,
Really?
but we lived like upstairs, and the lady downstairs had a cell phone, and they were like trying to call a helicopter to come pick us up, and ended up that me and one of the other guys hiked out, and like we hiked, I don't know, 5 miles and crossed several. swollen mudslides that had just damaged stuff, and we got to the place where we could catch a bus to Caracas, and then we called the mission home and said, "Hey, we're in Caracas now. We don't know what to do. Our whole apartment is messed up," and
Wild.
it was crazy.
That is wild. Yeah. I didn't have anything like that. I had I had like little critters and stuff to deal with, that I wasn't used to. I'm sure you did.
Yeah, we had bats in that apartment.
I hated the spiders. They're called huntsman spiders.
Oh, I love. Are they the wolf spider?
Ugh. Ugh. What's that?
Are they? They're not the wolf spiders. Oh, they're huntsman.
No, I'm pretty sure it's called a huntsman spider. They're like in Australia. They're in the Philippines. They're in other places, but they're almost as like big as your hand.
Wow.
Yeah. Not quite like a tarantula, like it has a big body. It didn't have a really big body, but big legs, and it was fast. Like tarantulas are not fast. These things were super fast. I just couldn't stand them. I mean, the biggest spider you've ever seen times 10 at least.
Wow.
Oh, they're big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't like those. Um, I try not to think about how many times they probably crawled across my face in the middle of the night, right?
Yeah.
Or crawled in my mouth and I ate them.
Well, you got to get your protein somehow, right?
I had a companion who nearly died from dengue fever.
Oh, that's exciting.
And again, kind of going back to our isolation, we're so isolated. There's no phones. The best
Yeah.
I could do was write the mission, like the mission president, and that takes time to get to him. And yeah, it was wild. Um, that was pretty rough. We were stuck inside for days. Um, and I just was nursing him. There was nothing else to do. Stop interrupting the podcast.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm kidding.
She brought a soda, boba.
It's a new boba
It's
soda.
a new boba soda. My daughter works there. You might be able to see it. I don't know.
Is that in a can?
Yeah.
No, it's a plastic,
It's got a pop top.
but it's got a top like a regular.
Well, right. It's clear, but I've never seen
Yeah.
a pop top like that.
It's so aesthetical.
It's really cool.
All I do love.
Um, yeah, that was pretty nuts. And then there was another time where I was stuck inside. I had pink eye, like the worst. I had pink eye before in high school,
Yeah.
and it primarily came from me having contacts and leaving them in too long and got nasty. And but this one was like this crazy tropical version. It was disgusting. It was
Mm,
so bad. Like I couldn't open up my eye and it was just all pussy and it was gross.
that sounds like fun.
Yeah, that was it though. That was the extent of my injuries or problems. No, as far as health goes, I got pretty lucky because you can get some pretty nasty diseases and issues there. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't really have much. I had one time where I ate something and I don't know what it was, and I don't know if it was rotten or not. And
Yeah.
my companion threw it up. I had the runs. We both had,
Nice.
it was it was so exciting.
So what was the craziest food you ever had?
Whatever that was.
Okay.
Again, I have no idea if it was. It just tasted off, and I don't
Well,
know.
but that's the worst food you had. What's the crazy, like unique or different?
Oh man, I we were gonna try and have some iguana, but we didn't end up having that. Oh, I did eat some they called it mondongo, which is cow stomach.
Okay.
It was
Tripe.
Most delicious soup that I had eaten while I was there.
Cool.
I was about halfway through my bowl of soup, and I'm all of a sudden I pick out a piece of meat, and I'm like, that doesn't look like regular meat. And
Right.
I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm just gonna eat it. And then afterwards, I asked the guy that I was with. I was like, "So was that cow stomach?" He's like, "Yep." I was like, "Oh, okay. It was pretty good."
That was the rule that I learned very quickly that if you liked it, don't ask what it is.
Yeah.
It's just better that way. Um, but the only thing that I couldn't eat, it didn't get me sick. I just couldn't eat it. And it was not only the visual, it was smell and the taste. It was just horrible. And my apologies because I know like some of this stuff might offend people, but if you don't grow up a certain way, you don't grow up in a certain food, it's just, rough. But and also in the Philippines, my joke is they will eat anything that moves, literally anything. Um, and sometimes, times are tough and you find what you can find. And then again, let's take a moment to appreciate this. You don't go to the grocery, you don't have money for the grocery store. You don't
Right.
have any food. You don't have a refrigerator. You don't know where your food's coming from. I mean, they live so differently than what we're used to. Um, so sometimes they just go out, literally throw a net in the water, and what they pull out, they pull out. And in this case, it was just tiny little fish that I would call literally like aquarium fish. Um, and throw it in a pot, not descaled, not gutted, nothing. Throw it all in a pot, a little bit of salt, boil it, and they literally called it fish soup.
Oh,
And it was horrific.
yeah. The one thing that one people made, they like fried up a fish, but you could still see the head and everything. And our mission rules were like, "Oh, you're not supposed to eat fish." So I used that mission rule. That was one of the few times where I was like, I can't eat that.
You weren't allowed to eat fish? Was that an actual rule?
Yeah, we weren't allowed to have fish, pork, cow stomach,
Why?
just because of the health concerns.
So we had open air markets, so I do understand that. We could eat everything, but you did have to be careful.
Yeah, we had an elder in one of our districts. He got so sick, he had to ride the bus like 6 hours to get back to Caracas so that they could take him to an urgent care or something like that. And
Yeah.
he crapped himself the whole way.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So our mission rule was simply though no street food from street vendors because
Oh
it
yeah,
can be
they
pretty
said that
rough.
too. But man, a good street burger.
So
Mm.
good. Oh, so on the most popular ones were balut. We were not allowed to eat balut.
Oh. Oh.
And again, if you don't know, it's traditionally baby duck egg, but it could be any bird. Um, and it's not a fully grown duck, but it's however many weeks on, right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Did you
there's
try that?
I did not. I did follow the mission rules on that one because I couldn't. I just couldn't.
In
And
third grade, I had a Filipino teacher, and we tried hatching eggs,
Okay,
and they died.
where's your hotmail?
I don't know.
you tried hatching eggs?
So in third grade, like they brought in eggs, and we
Oh, okay.
um, and so I was like, okay, and like they didn't survive.
What did you type in?
Outlook.
Oh, I was typing in hotmail. I couldn't find it. Sorry.
Who uses Hotmail?
My husband.
This Hotmail. Um, and
It's
so
Hotmail.
one day I see her in the lounge, teacher's lounge or whatever, eating these chickens that we had tried to hatch.
No way.
Dead serious.
Were they Filipino?
Yeah, she was Filipino.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, that is so," like, she was eating it, and we saw her eating it, and, like, it grossed me out.
Yeah. So there's feathers, there's a beak, again, they're not fully formed, and it's
Ugh.
bizarre. Like they'll tell you, and it is true. If you just like kind of drank the liquid from it after it's been boiled, it tastes like chicken soup almost in it, of course. But yeah, you have to get through that, and that's what I've never understood. How do you get through all that? So we also had chicken feet, uh,
Ew.
chicken heads, um, which calling someone a chicken head around here, remember that was a derogatory term. I always laughed at that. Um, and then my favorite though that I did eat, and it was so good. We just called it fish balls, and I know sounds funny, but really, and you know how like hot dogs are, the joke is they're all the leftover parts of the animals.
Right.
It really was kind of some of the leftover scraps and parts of fish after they're kind of processed.
Yeah.
And it's
Uh,
ground all up and then mixed in with like some rice flour and put in a little ball and they fry them. They're so freaking good. So good.
yeah.
Loved them, especially the sauce that they dip them in. Oh, it was so good.
Mhm.
Anyways, now you can tell I'm starving. Lindsay's kind of waiting for me, probably gonna eat dinner. But this has been enlightening.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like an extension of episode one of getting to know each other.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I guess, maybe I should kind of start off with like what's new since last we met.
Oh, let's see. I don't know. Work's been busy. Um,
New job.
no, it's the same job.
Oh, but I thought you were transitioning.
That'll happen at the beginning of the year.
Okay. Were we supposed to put that out?
No, don't tell anyone. Well, I don't know that anyone that I work with will see this, but anyway, you know, at least not before the end of the year.
So
Uh,
this is where editing would be great. Just bleep that all out.
yeah, whatever. I'm not worried about it.
Good for
Uh,
you. Well, you're getting close.
yeah, but life's going good. Um, we it's getting close to Halloween, so my wife did a costume for Luca, my stepson.
Your that her post of the trunk or treat was they're insane.
Yeah, so she did that claw thing, claw machine, and she did a great job on that. And then
Yeah,
she did the Frankenstein pick, where you have the kids picking his nose.
that was great. All that was very unique, very innovative. It was and creative. It was really fantastic.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was the guy behind the curtain who, when
Oh, throwing the
Frankenstein
boogers out.
sneezed, I dropped some candy.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It was
That was
so
really good.
funny seeing some of the kids' reactions. They were like, "I'm not touching that. I don't want to stick my hand up his nose."
Um, Speaking of Halloween, yeah, we're gonna do some things. We've had a trunk or treat, but a local city here, in Wabash, Indiana. Wabash, have you heard of Wabash?
Yeah,
Um, I
there's
kid you
Wabash
not.
River.
I saw the pictures. We missed it. They did it on the 25th. Um, but in downtown Wabash, they take a dump truck, a literal dump truck, full of candy and dump it on the street and let the kids go at it.
That's insane.
It's true. Like I need to witness it with my eyes because you never know with AI, but it was a legit post from a legit source, and they
Yeah,
call it the greatest spectacle in candy, right?
that's
And
crazy.
I know someone who works in the Wabash area, and their company donated $300 worth of candy to this event,
Yeah.
right? Buy it in bulk, buy it wholesale. I don't know how they do it, and they literally. So it's not just this one. It's a trucking company. It's a dump truck company, and I'm
Yeah.
sure they gather a bunch of local businesses, whatever, advertise, and yeah, dump it like a whole freaking. I mean, it's like a kid's greatest dream.
I know.
It's like Scrooge McDuck, but instead of money, it's candy. They're just swimming through it.
Yeah, and that's better than gold.
Well, for them, way better. Yeah.
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 I always liked the Family Guy episode where he was pretending to be Scrooge McDuck and he jumps just like him. They're doing the woohoo, like
Right.
music, and he springs off the board, Peter Griffin, and he hits the gold and he's broken, like breaks everything. He's like, it's not like the cartoon.
Spoken from a cartoon. Yeah.
It was great. Like, and as a kid, you're thinking, can you swim through gold coins?
It's hard to. Like, I don't think that you would sink enough to really
Yeah,
get.
it was his special talent.
Yeah.
If you really think about that, it was an odd cartoon. A little odd.
Okay.
Anyways,
Oddball question here.
yeah,
AI.
love it.
So, are you worried about Terminator type situations?
So I was definitely at first when it's coming out and you're hearing about it and it's evolved, it's becoming more popular and I'm kind of looking into it and I'm a big Terminator fan. So I'm like,
Right.
this is it. The Skynet. This is literally Skynet. Like,
I
this
know.
is nuts. Like, we're living it. And, like, they're late, according to the movies. They're very late to the game, but it's here and like what's going on. And you know, I understand apprehension. I understand all these things. I just talked about this today with a coworker and oddly enough, our UPS guy, because Amazon or not Amazon. Yeah, it is Amazon. I think, is letting go of like 30,000 jobs at the corporate level, and it has a lot to do with AI.
Oh, that's
Um,
crazy.
yeah, and I mean, I was apprehensive. I checked it out a little bit. I use ChatGPT as my go-to. I've done a few other things. I've made my daughter today just shared I took my oldest son and did an AI generation of him when made him look really fat. And so she loves it. She sends it back to me, every once in a while. Um, so that stuff is kind of fun. And okay, so I have a couple of thoughts, like the future and how things are going to go. I don't know. I could speculate, but I have used it. It's wonderful because a lot of times I struggle like writer's block and writing emails, and that helps me. I plug it in. It's been wonderful that way because I
Right.
really struggled on that side of my job. Um, Especially like now where I have to do end of year evaluations with my direct reports and stuff, and it just helps me write all of it.
Yeah.
Um, but also like I have been really stuck on a few jobs, like personal, like working on a car, fixing my furnace, and I plugged stuff into AI, ChatGPT, and it walked me right through it. It
Yeah.
was it was insane, right? Because I'm a old school Google, like you said. I'm old school Google, I'm old school YouTube. You can find a lot there. That was fantastic. And if you think about it that way, that's how I see it. This is just Google and YouTube on crack, right?
Right. And like the plus side of AI, I have zero issues. Like
Okay.
it's you know the amount of stuff that it can do and will do, and I hear stories about it like every day. I'm like, it blows my mind every day. And
Yeah.
as long as it has a human control, at some level, and the human in control of it is not an a-hole, and is not like doesn't use it corruptly, I would have zero issues. But
It,
I fear
yeah,
that it's going to go the way of Terminator at some point in time, where it becomes so advanced, and you know I don't know, maybe
it
I'm
can. I
completely
mean,
wrong.
yeah, it definitely, it's going to be interesting. My whole thing is, what are we trying to get to? Why? What's the point of developing it? How are we going to control it? Um, it's going to replace jobs. There's going to be a lot of jobs it replaces.
Yeah.
It's going to take the human element out of a lot of things. I already don't like it in baseball, where they have a lot of AI stuff or just stats and things. It's just like, just play the game. Let us watch it. Don't throw all this data at me. Why do I data? Do you say data or data?
Depends on what I'm talking about.
I like Star Trek, so I say data. Data.
Dana.
His name is Data. Man, see, my brain.
Yep.
Um, So I don't know. I don't know what the future is, but so far I do like it. I think it's interesting. One thing that really gets me though is how inept people can be, because AI has been generating a lot of videos, a lot of images, and people go, but it goes up on Facebook and people go, "Oh my gosh, can you look at this?" And I'm like, "How do you not realize that this is AI?" And it fools so many people, and that's what blows my mind. That particular aspect of it. Like lately, there's been this video circulating, or several, of like animals rescuing babies from their cribs, right?
Oh
Like
yeah.
from m mountain lions breaking through the, back door. It's like, come on, people, like, and it's just so obviously AI. But then they react in this way in the comments, like, "Oh my gosh, thank goodness for this dog. He was there at the right time and did what he." I'm like, "Are you dumb? Right? Are you
Well, I
dumb?"
saw one, and it had like dogs, like something was falling on a baby, and a dog like runs in to protect it, and I'm like, what? And just
If you
like,
if you really analyze them, like some of them are easy to tell because when one of them, the baby could, there's an oil fire, a flash fire in the
mhm.
kitchen, and the
Oh
mom just bounces, and the
right,
baby's like there, like on the floor kind of deal. And then the dog rushes in to save the baby because the mom just bounces and then like drags it out the room and like hits the table. And then the
yeah,
baby just like crumbles it because it's AI. It just can't do the body movement right, right? And
yeah.
it's looped with all these other videos and it's like, how is that not your clue, people? And they're criticizing the mom, like, how dare she leave her baby like that? What kind of mom is that? I'm like, it's AI. Come on, it's AI.
Well, it matches a narrative, and it makes me feel good, so I believe it.
Right, right. Exactly. I mean, it is going to be rough. It's going to be rough. If that is how, in my opinion, if we're going to use AI really, really, in an evil way right now, where it's at, it's creating false images, false videos. It's gonna unite people or divide people. It could be bad.
Oh yeah,
Imagine
and
this.
yeah,
Imagine a political commercial created from AI images or video against another opponent.
yeah. And that's where as long as it's not, as long as it's being controlled correctly, I have to say that correctly, because I don't want Trump and his people to control it. I also don't think that Biden and his people controlling it would be good either.
No.
I don't think that anyone who's a leader in any political party should control it. That scares me.
So, and when you say control, I mean, you can go deeper in that, but literally, you and I can go use it right now and create something. I could take your image. I could take your image, make it look like you're in a sex tape video, and show your wife. I hate to be so personal, right? That's,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Well,
I literally could do that right now.
it'd be reverse OnlyFans. They'd pay me to put my clothes back on.
That's my joke. That's my joke. You can't steal my joke.
It's a good one.
I literally just said that the other day. Um,
Mm.
no, but no, I hate to be so personal, so I apologize. But that's what's
No,
crazy is that technology's there, and
yeah,
I could do that against you. You could do that against me, and nuts. It's nuts.
yeah,
That part is rough, right? And there has to be some checks and balances there, and that's what you're talking about, is just checks and
yeah,
balances with this technology. And it'd be interesting because normally when we talk about freedom, the freedoms we want and have, someone might pipe up and say, that's not very American, what you're saying.
right.
So, but it is. I think it does. It needs checks and balances because it's very, very powerful technology.
Yeah.
Soon as you hear about the military, like connecting AI to stuff, that's when you go buy your bunker.
Well, I heard something about, or I was watching some YouTube video, and it said if you had one army and they were and versus another army, they were evenly matched, but one was using AI and the other one was not. It basically said the one using AI would absolutely destroy the one that was not, because
100%.
AI is doing all these analysis and all this sort of stuff. And you know, let's say that America is the great person, the great team. Well, obviously, America is going to be using AI to
Yeah.
in a battle situation.
Yeah. Because all you got to do is take all these military IT nerds and put them in this special room in the Pentagon and have them plug in every single battle in history that we have information on and knowledge of. That's all you got to do.
Yeah,
And that's you start building your models, you start building your information, and then you start doing war games with it.
reminds me of a
There's
movie.
there's no way that they're not doing that now and haven't been doing that for a few years now.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, we do, there's divisions that do war games and that's their division. That's what they do. You
yeah,
know, people do war games just for fun, let alone in the actual military.
yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know, man. It's a good question. It's a good thing to end on, and we've about hit our hour mark. Oh, a little over.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, because that's an interesting one. That's a big one. And maybe that can lead into our next episode because I am very it's a big subject.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me do my research and bring some stuff to the table. Um, because yeah, I that would be a very interesting episode for me. It's already interesting in the 15 minutes that we've been talking about it. So
All right, sounds good.
all right. Well, again, as always, it's fun, entertaining. Um, Hopefully no one kind of gets offended in our dark humor wake. There's gonna be some. Maybe again, remember we kind of did trigger warning the last episode. We forgot to do one on this one. Trigger warning.
There, we've said it.
Play the episode in reverse.
Yeah,
Just put that warning out. Say start at the end first and then work your way back.
that sounds good.
All
I
right,
mean,
man.
I think humor is, if it's not triggering to someone, it's not humor. Like as long as you're not trying to offend a certain
There
people.
there's super crass humor, right? Full
Yeah,
of language and put downs and racism and all these things. And then there's humor that makes you think.
yeah,
It's more intellectual, and that's the stuff I really like. That's how I would say what my humor. I mean, it's dark because, well, anyways, that's a whole different subject. But yeah, I like provocative humor because it should make you think.
yeah.
All good, man. Well, thank you.
Absolutely. This has been fun.
And scene.